superstar keeper, now a member of the Philadelphia Union, who the Rhinos will coincidentally be playing on June 16th in the fourth round of the U.S. Open Cup. Man, is he just dominating at soccer right now. John McCarthy.
Hey, how are you?
There he is. Thank you so much for joining us. First of all, John, whenever I get a guest, I go on Google and I Google search because everyone has a Wikipedia page. Yours was a little more difficult to find because I don't know if you know, there's a lot of John McCarthys out there. There's a very famous computer scientist, not with us anymore, but the man who coined the term artificial intelligence was John McCarthy. I don't know if you knew that.
I had no idea.
And also, and there's an MMA, a professional MMA referee, which I didn't even know was an occupation, named John McCarthy, and a British journalist. So you're up there with some elite company.
I knew about the MMA one. The
Okay.
referee. I knew about him.
So John McCarthy, I actually I saw you down in Harrisburg at the Rhinos versus Harrisburg match last Wednesday. Um, which I'm sure you can attest to was an unbelievable match. You had to be a little bit excited deep down that the Rhinos were able to pull that one out. I know Harrisburg's the Philadelphia's affiliate, but that was quite a match, right?
Yeah, it was a good game. I went out there just to see. I got a couple of buddies on Harrisburg, and then obviously I know a lot of guys in Rochester from playing there last year, and I was looking forward to seeing the guys win, lose, or draw. I was rooting for all my friends pretty much.
And then, coincidentally, the Rhinos, by beating Harrisburg, now will play you guys, the Philadelphia Union, on June 16th. I think, myself and a lot of Rhinos fans, I think we would love to see you play in goal for that match. Do you have any idea if that's a possibility?
I'm not too sure. I mean, it's a little bit away. We have a couple games before then. So when it gets closer, I'm sure I'll know if I'm playing or not. So, but I would love to play against my whole team and see the guys on the field together.
John McCarthy of the Philadelphia Union, a former Rhinos keeper, of course, USL Goalkeeper of the Year and Rookie of the Year last year. Just an unbelievable season. You're like Mr. Philadelphia. You're from Philly. You played college soccer at LaSalle, which is in Philly. You played for the Reading United, which is really close to Philly, and now you're playing for the MLS club, the Philadelphia Union. Could you ever have imagined as a kid playing soccer in Philadelphia that you'd someday play for an MLS team, which as a kid didn't even exist?
Yeah, I mean, as a kid, you always try to look up to the professionals, whatever job or description you're in. So, like for me, it was soccer. Whenever I played soccer, I tried playing like a goalie, or if I was playing basketball, I tried playing like a big time basketball player, from the 76ers or
Sure.
something like that. So to have the opportunity to play for my hometown team, it's a dream come true. It really is.
And you made your MLS debut on April 11th versus NYCFC. You were on ESPN. Are you surprised at all at how quickly you found success? I mean, 2010, you were a freshman in college, and now in 2015, you're one of three starters for an MLS club. Are you surprised at how quickly it's happened?
Yeah, I mean, it happened quick. But like I said, I always wanted to play for my hometown team, and when the opportunity came, I hoped I was ready for it, and I feel like I was, and I enjoyed the moment, and I'll never forget that moment for sure. And I live off a motto that as long as I'm better than I was the day before, then that's all I can ask for.
And, of course, you had an incredible season with Rochester. Rochester is such a rich history of goalkeepers coming through and then having great success after playing in Rochester. Did that play into your decision at all to sign with the Rhinos, thinking about guys like Scott Vallow and Pat Onstad, and Christian Need, Tim Melia that have played in Rochester?
No, I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't know too much about Rochester until I signed there, and then I kind of found out more in-depth history about past teams and their trail of success before I was there. So I guess in the long run, it really paid off for me. It really did. And knowing that those guys came through the same club that I did, and but when I was there and realizing that, it kind of boosted me and helped me out more than I thought it would.
We're talking with John McCarthy, very popular Rhino last year, now playing for the Philadelphia Union. You're in kind of in an interesting situation this year. The Union's struggling a little bit so far, just 3-8-3, and you're kind of platooning with two other starting goalkeepers. Does that make it difficult? It sounds like you don't really know when you're going to when you're going to start your next match.
Yeah, I mean, it makes you work hard though. Doing training, that's how I look at it. Because if you don't work hard in training, then you will never get an opportunity. So, my mindset is that I got to keep working and keep trying to be better than I was the day before. And then when my opportunity does come, or if it does come, then let's hope I'm ready for it. So there never is a day off from training. You always got to be ready and on your toes. So when the chance does come, you're ready to go.
Now, of course, Philly struggling so far, but as far as the fan atmosphere in Philly, it's one of the best places. It looks like to watch a game, and I'm sure to play. I mean, you got the Sons of Ben there, just a really huge supporters group going crazy, big crowds there, beautiful stadium right under the bridge there in Chester. Do you like playing at PPL Park?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, being a fan at one point, sitting in the stands watching the game, and now being able to play in front of the fans that I once was, or kind of obviously still a fan of the team, but
Sure.
it's great. It's an unreal environment playing in front of 17, 18, 19,000 people every game. It brings chills just thinking about it. It's really nice.
And you're playing in a big sports town now. I mean, it's totally different than Rochester. You're in a major league town. You got the Flyers and the 76ers and the Phillies. Do people know you? Like when you walk out on the street, like does anyone say, oh, "Hey, that's that giant 6'6" keeper for the Union"? Do people recognize you?
No, not really. I've gotten that like maybe once or twice so far. Two little kids. I was up at the park playing some basketball, and they came up to me and they were like, "Are you the goalie for the Union?" And I was like, "I am actually." They're like, "Oh my god!" And they ran away. So it wasn't like
Oh.
I haven't. I'm still a little kid, and nobody knows me. It's nice just to be able to hang out and do what I can. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe someday, though, people will
Yeah.
recognize you a lot more. People look at when you're playing, you wear the padded helmet, and they're like, "Oh, is that Peter Cech?" What's the story with the padded helmet?
Yeah, so I got a couple concussions while I was playing, and I mean, since you like bringing up Peter Cech, that's kind of one of the reasons why I wore it. I said my mindset was if there's something to prevent concussions out there, then why not
Sure.
get one or two pairs of it and put it on, and if it allows me to stay on the field longer and prevent some injuries, then you might as well wear it. That's how I look at it. So it's not a mandatory thing by any means. I just elected to wear it, and I guess it helps me if I'm a couple more shots to the head or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, concussions have become such a big issue in sports nowadays, and I think that anything anyone can do to try to prevent concussions is just a great idea. I mean, I think it's a good idea when youth goalies actually wear a little padded helmet.
Yeah, definitely agree with you on that.
We're talking with John McCarthy of the Philadelphia Union. So there were some rankings that came out. I think it was in the offseason, ranking American goalkeepers, and you were ranked 10th out of all the American goalkeepers. I'm not sure really how they did it, but have you gotten any looks? Have you been any Team USA training camps, anything like that?
No, nothing at all. I mean, I'm only 22 years old, so I don't. Really not concerned with if I do or if I don't. I mean, you always want to better yourself and move up to bigger and better things. But if the opportunity comes knocking to get a chance, then hopefully I'm ready. And if it doesn't, then I look at it like I'm 22 years old. I got
You got a ton of time, right?
Exactly. Hopefully a long career ahead of me, and then maybe something will come down the line. But nothing as of now.
John McCarthy of the Philadelphia Union, former very popular Rhino and very successful Rhino. It was great to catch up with you. The Union are hosting Columbus this weekend, and of course,
Yeah.
you guys are hosting the Rhinos on June 16th. I know in Rochester we're all very excited about that match. It should be very interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, that's a very good way to put it.
John, thank you so much for joining us. This was fun.
Of course, have a good one.
John McCarthy, a former Rhinos keeper and current member of the Philadelphia Union.